Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week, as usual, we've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What's up, pals? Pal?
You like faded out there.
There's still one left.
There's one pal. You got one pal. You've lost your following, Jimmy. Fallen from grace.
Banned on Twitter. That's not
Twice.
True. That was
No, that wasn't. It was someone a little bit more high profile than you. How's everybody doing? How's everyone weeks? You know?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
You guys doing good?
Saw the sun today. That's always nice.
Yeah.
That is, I suppose
Sun's
that's
really
true.
making a comeback.
Sign that summer's approaching.
Hope so. Mowed the lawn today, like some kind of adult.
Oh, that's fun.
First lawn mow of 2021.
Is it fun, Joe? Do you enjoy mowing the lawn?
Of like the household tasks and chores, I really do like mowing the lawn. I don't know what
I
it
do
is
too.
about it. Like it's just something about like getting to walk around and like groom stuff, but it's also like you're just walking around. Like you don't need to like bend over to dig anything or cut anything. You're just walking with a thing.
Yeah. Put on some music. Blast it into your ear holes because
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't do that because that sounds like you're just blasting that music into your ears when it's already loud outside.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
How do you think I catch up on this podcast?
I just like the idea that Joe's like, yeah, I like mowing the lawn. There's no bending, therefore that's why I like things.
Just upright the whole time.
Hey Joe, what's up? You want to go do something today? He's like, will there be bending?
Yeah, well I
No
have to
bending.
bend over because then I'm out.
Oh man, so good.
All right. Well, this isn't your premier bending podcast, Joe. What is First and Last for the uninitiated?
It's a TV pod where we just take the pilot and the finale and judge an entire show based on that. We like to just, dive into the first episode not knowing much, try to make some predictions before the final episode, and then see how we did.
And see how we did, we shall
Mhm.
today. Because I'm taking you kids on a journey.
Ooh,
boy.
to the center of the earth. Is Brendan Fraser involved?
No,
Because
I
I don't
do not
want
believe,
anything to do with it. If he is.
I do not believe Brendan Fraser has anything to do with what we're about to watch. But
Alright.
I do have a question for my reveal. What do you guys know? What do you guys think these three things have in common? The X-Files, J.J. Abrams, and Dawson's Creek. That's the hint of what show we're doing today.
J.J. Abrams.
Felicity. We already did Felicity.
We already did Felicity.
Say that again. X-Files.
X-Files, J.J. Abrams, and Dawson's Creek.
So does this show star like Scully and I don't know.
What's the name of the guy who's on Dawson's Creek but not Dawson? He's like Pete or something?
Pacey?
Pacey.
Yeah.
I could see him being in other shows. I feel like we did another show that he was in, didn't we?
Did we? Oh. Probably
I
at
could-
this point.
I mean, we did the Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, which was James Vanderbeek,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
who played Dawson,
Right.
the titular character of the Creek.
Hmm.
But you are right, Joe, in that scenario that Pacey, or Joshua Jackson as his real name is an actor in the show.
Ooh.
So you have
Okay.
cracked 1/3 of the code.
So are we watching Mighty Ducks?
Do you know of a Mighty Ducks TV show that I don't know about or something?
I mean, they're there is a new one on Disney Plus now.
Oh, really? Is Joshua Jackson
a
in
reboot?
it?
I don't think they could get Joshua Jackson, but a lot of those early kids are in it, which I don't understand because they're definitely adults. And Emilio Estevez.
All right. Well, this show was created by J.J. Abrams, so that's where he comes in. It's starring one of the lead actors in it is Joshua Jackson, and it's essentially a show that kind of filled the X-Files void for people.
It's like
back.
The Fringe or something.
It is called Fringe. You are correct.
The Fringe.
Not just Fringe.
I'm gonna call it The Fringe.
This is J-Brams, huh? That makes
it's created
a lot of sense.
Created by Abrams and two other people, Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci. I don't know how to say his last name, unfortunately, because I'm a big dumb dummy.
You gave it a good shot, and that's as far as we're going.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to say your name, and then I will tell you that it's me, not you. And there's a reason why I can't say it. The show ran for 5 seasons, went 100 episodes exactly, and then it was on from 2008, September 2008, until January of 2013.
You liked this show. Did you actually finish it?
I believe I have seen all of this show. I couldn't tell you what in the world happens at the end, but I remember, I feel like in my mind it had a good pilot, so I'm curious on what you guys are going to think about that.
Okay.
Joshua Jackson's one of the main characters. The other one is played by Anna Torv. If you don't know who that is, I think you'll recognize her when you see her.
Oh, and Lance Riddick, who is in every cop show ever, detective guy, and John Noble, who is in Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yes,
he's
he was
the what's his character, the keeper or whatever, the keeper of Gondor.
For some reason, I want to say it's like Denethor
because they don't have a king. that something like that.
It really might be close to that.
He's Boromir and Faramir's dad.
Denethor
goes crazy.
Denethor. So I was close.
Yeah, well done. He lights himself on fire and jumps off of the high castle wall.
Yeah, there's no way I knew that. I must have read that word earlier today or something, because there's no way I would have pulled Denethor out of my butt without.
I was impressed
having read it.
I never would have.
Have either one of you actually seen any of this show, or know to care more about it?
I've never seen it. I feel like I might have heard of it. Right now, and a lot of times I'll read the Wikipedia to just see what's going on. But with this one, because I know nothing about it, I'm just looking at the Google image search.
Oh, interesting.
Making a judgment based on that, just soaking in the images.
That's excellent.
What are you seeing?
That's a good idea.
Walk us through your visual journey, Joe.
So first of all, there's a lot of
Describe it to
photos of bangs, because I think that's a type of bang is a fringe. It's a choppy bangs.
Okay.
So there's a lot of that. But when I try to look at the photos from the show, I see a lot of people in suits. We were just talking about the video game Control just before this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of got a Control vibe. It's there's this woman who's very prominently center of all these photos.
That's Anna Torv, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And she's wearing a button-up shirt with a suit coat, and everyone else surrounding her is kind of their wardrobe is flowy, someone's jacket is flapped open. It makes me feel like someone here has telekinesis or something.
So it has a Control vibe. So you mean it's going to frustrate me endlessly?
Just immediate death. 60 seconds to reload.
I mean, actually, in a way, that's actually a pretty good way to describe it. Is kind of being a mix of the X-Files and the video game Control for anyone that's actually played it or knows what it's about. It's
Okay.
got that like kind of that kind of vibe.
So is it actually in the X-Files universe? Is that confirmed, or like
No,
do
I
they
don't
reference it like it's a show that they know?
I don't think it's technically in the universe. I don't think they have the ability to just like declare that by any means. I think potentially in this first episode there may be some sort of X-Files Easter egg or something within it. The team or the people that are in it, they are in the FBI. Like that lady, that's why she's wearing her like, FBI suit or whatever. So they're definitely FBI people, and instead of the X-Files like unit or whatever that just that made up Mulder and Scully at all, I believe that this is like the Fringe science unit of the X-Files or something like that, which is essentially like a small like pushed away section, kind of like Mulder was in the X-Files.
Love it.
Yeah. So,
and
this is what go.
So I was just gonna say, so it's just X-Files in the aughts or what? Late.
Yeah, 08 to 13.
Love it.
It's millennial X-Files.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can remember correctly, I think it's less of like how X-Files is definitely like there's werewolves and aliens and stuff. I think this is Fringe, quote unquote, science. So it's one of those like, oh, everything has an explanation. It's kind of how it works until it obviously somehow, in later seasons goes completely wacky.
Lunatic Fringe.
The Lunatic Fringe. Does either one of you, before we get into the first episode, dare to take a crack at maybe what's going to occur?
I think that what's the name of the lady again? Anna Torv.
Yes.
I think
her name is Olivia in the show.
I think Olivia is like interviewing for a job at some just like nondescript office job, and then she gets offered the job, but it turns out like what she thought was like a low level position. She's actually just like the director of her department now, because she's been just like chosen by some sort of entity.
Okay.
And so she needs to figure it out from there, as the new director of her bureau.
Ooh.
I feel like you're just half describing
yeah, a lot of that was Control.
Yeah, that was those are the things I can understand about Control. The rest of it, no idea what's going on. Great game, though.
Her brother's missing, and she needs Joshua Jackson to find it. And he's going to be wearing a hockey jersey at some point.
Okay. I'm glad, Jimmy, at least that you brought him in there, because I was going to ask Joe how Joshua Jackson fit into this whole becoming the director of a whatever. Is he the guy that interviews her or something?
Like, I assume they work together. Yeah, maybe he's the guy. He's there. I don't know that he's necessarily superior, but like he's the guy that's there and can explain things to her because she's new. Maybe there's a little romantic tension. Who knows? We'll see where it goes.
Oh, you want to over under Joshua Jackson kisses in this one?
I feel like in all of the cover art I'm looking at, they're not really like there's not a whole lot of warmth between them. Even though they're always like standing next to each other. She's always looking at the camera or something just behind the camera. And never at him. So I'm going to say they won't they.
A hard won't they?
Yeah.
A hard won't. I'm trying to decide like someone is going to be like fully on board and someone's going to be the skeptic, right? So I think
So you want to say who's the Mulder, who's the Scully here.
yeah, exactly. And I don't want it. I feel like it would be, I think it would be awful if like Joshua Jackson was just the Mulder and she was just the Scully. So I want it to be flipped.
Okay.
I want it to be that he's coming in and doesn't believe, or like is trying to find like rationale for things. But then you've got Denethor in there, and I think he's gonna be like, I want him to be like a kooky Christopher Lloyd character, a Doc Brown.
I mean, I will say I think you'll be correct in at least deciding either Olivia or whatever Joshua Jackson's character's name is. I honestly don't know at this point. Can't remember. Peter is Joshua Jackson's name. Peter Jackson. So I think this will be a fun one. For let's call it for half a point. I guess you can't be wrong, so it's going to be 1 point if you get them both. Because if you get one right, you're going to get them both right. So Jimmy, who's the Mulder? Peter or Olivia?
I'm gonna go Olivia because I want it.
And then Joe, would you agree with that, or do you want to switch it up?
So wait, when you say Mulder, that's...
Mulder's the believer.
Okay.
Scully is the skeptic.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Olivia as the Mulder. Is that what Jimmy said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they flip it up.
Cool. Well, we'll find out if either one of you are right.
Can I change it?
Do you want to change it?
I mean, I don't want to.
Well, then don't.
I'm sticking with it.
Stick with it. You'll be fine. All right. Well, I mean, hey, we know what we're gonna potentially what you guys are gonna find out. Some sort of X-Files-esque J.J. Abrams show in a way. I'm not 100% sure. Keep an eye out for some X-Files Easter eggs. There might be some in this first episode. And let's just do it. Let's just watch it. It's called Pilot because Abrams hates me. So, like he didn't know this was going to get picked up. So yeah, let's dive into the first episode of Fringe called Pilot, and we'll be back after that. And we're back. We're done from the first episode of Fringe, Pilot. It's called Pilot. Jimmy, do you have a write-up?
I do. This was a long episode, so a lot happened. Was this like this wasn't a two-parter, was it? Or
no, it was just like Fringe the movie as for the pilot. Basically.
Okay. So was it like basically a 2-hour deal? Is that what we just watched? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a 2-hour premiere.
Cool. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read, it's like broken up into 3 parts. So I'm going to read a thing, and then maybe we should talk about it, and then read a thing, and then talk about it. What do you guys, how do you feel about that?
That feels good.
Otherwise,
so
I'm going to be
good.
talking for like 10 minutes, and it's just going to be too much to digest.
All right,
Okay.
You just start talking, and then you tell us when to talk back.
Okay, here we go. A man on an international flight injects himself with an insulin pen, which releases a biological agent that quickly kills everyone on board by causing their flesh to crystallize or something. The airplanes
Essentially melts off their faces.
Yeah, they look like they just look like zombie people. Anyway, the airplane's autopilot system lands the plane at Boston's Logan Airport, where various federal agencies create a task force to investigate what occurred during the flight. FBI Special Agent Olivia Dunham and her partner, Agent Scott, are together in bed at a motel where Scott says that he loves her. Dunham receives a call from her boss, Charlie Francis, who tells her to head to the airport. Dunham is added to the interagency task force headed by Special Agent Philip Broyles. who's Lance Riddick, just being Lance Riddick. No nonsense cop guy. Okay, so that's the first part. Any thoughts?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I'm curious on Joe's thoughts.
Just kind of a cool J.J. Abrams feeling cold open. Just like the first thing you see is just like a plane in thunder. You're like, oh shit, like something's about to go down.
Is this the plane from Lost?
It's the same exact plane.
And then, yeah, you kind of expect something with the turbulence or a crash or something, but then it turns out that this guy's face is melting off and he's like barfing on the stewardess. Like,
oh man, when he barfed right onto the stewardess, it was like, ugh.
Yeah, with zombie face.
Yeah, like right away hooked, and
then the credits roll.
And then they go to the scene with our two agents in bed, and that was intriguing. The most intriguing part of that to me was there's some sort of like blanket special effects going on where like they're like naked in bed. She's moving around a lot as they're talking, but like the blanket never comes like below her chest area. It's just like it had to be like that. Like she's wearing like a blanket shirt or something that's like actually attached to her.
I mean, or double-sided tape. Or
you just tape it down.
Yeah.
It's it's impressive.
Some kind of wizardry.
Some sort of movie magic to make that happen.
Joe, the lack of nipples, very impressive in this scene.
Really making Joe happy. No sex.
Keep sex out of my Abrams.
Yeah, and it seems like they're like a secret relationship. They're kind of like they're clearly hiding it from their agency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's kind of a faux pas to like date your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It definitely
Probably
sets
not good
up
for the field.
Definitely sets up of like hey, like this is a relationship that's blossoming and hopefully nothing goes wrong from here.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing ever did.
That's definitely like
the end.
I feel like that's like the short description of that scene is just like he says I love you for the first time and like they work together. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Yeah. I have thoughts on that, but so then they both get individual calls to come to the airport, and they meet Charlie, who I forget his name, but he's in the Flareoverse. He's the big bad in like a season or two of Arrow, so that's where I know him from.
Huh? I didn't know that.
I don't think I've seen him in anything else.
This and Flaro.
Yeah. He's great. He's fun.
Yeah, I mean, really, Charlie's character essentially is just like other, like in this episode at least, he's just other agent that is like Olivia can just tell him things that she needs to drive the plot, and they just appear a little bit later on, or
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just the plot device character.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that brings us to their like task force here with Broyles, which is just an unfortunate character name.
Broyles.
Everything about that's gross. Okay, so should I read the next part?
Do it.
All right. Oops. Oh, Kirk Acevedo is his name. I accidentally just scanned over it. Okay. Following a tip, Dunham and Scott are sent to a storage facility where they uncover a biochemical laboratory which explodes when detonated by a suspect they are chasing. Scott is affected by the chemicals released in the explosion and is placed into an artificial coma to slow the progression of the chemical reaction. While investigating a possible cure to Scott's condition, Dunham blackmails Peter Bishop to gain access to his father, Dr. Walter Bishop, whose top secret work at Harvard in fringe science resulted in him being sent to a mental institution. Dunham manages to release Walter from the institution. However, he becomes enraged when he discovers his laboratory in Harvard has been shut down. Broyles reopens the laboratory where Dunham transfers Scott's body. To identify the man from the storage facility, Walter synchronizes Dunham's brain waves with the comatose Scott so that she can read his mind. Walter claims that syncing brainwaves and even reanimating the dead can be accomplished up to 6 hours after death. With the help of Dunham's assistant, federal agent Astrid Farnsworth?
Yeah,
Farnsworth.
that was her name.
The experiment succeeds. Dunham identifies the man in Scott's memory, Morgan Steig, as a passenger on the plane. The teen learns Steig's twin brother, Richard Steig, was an employee of Massive Dynamic, a company founded by William Bell, Walter's old lab partner. Okay, that was a lot.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
There's more.
So they end up chasing this guy. He blows up the agent Scott, which is like the man agent, and that in that scene, that's where I was like, yeah, of course this guy's gonna die. Like,
oh my gosh.
Like,
even before that.
Yeah. When they were talking in bed, I was just like, I mean, this is not going to work out. I don't know if one of them's going to turn out to be evil or one of them's going to die, but like, this isn't going to work out.
I mean, almost in a way, wasn't he kind of both?
Yeah, it ended up being both. But yeah, at least for that blow up scene, I was like, well, he's dead. That takes care of that.
Yeah. So right before that, like they run out to the storage things. They just like got there and they're about to like head into like the storage units or they're about to like dig in some trash that this tip was about. They saw someone putting something in the trash. That's very suspicious. He says, or she says, "You said I loved you and I didn't say anything." And he's like, "Yeah, I was just going to let that go." And then she says, "I love you." I'm like, "Oh, this guy's dead." Like,
yeah.
That, like, "I love you" it's the pilot kiss of death. Like, it was pretty clear what was about to happen.
Yeah, he might as well have said, "And I'll never die."
Right. I promise.
I'll love you
I'll
forever
never die.
because I'm immortal.
It's like, what's that, the South Park guys?
Team America.
Team America, like, promise me you'll never die.
But yeah, so because he got blown up, his skin and started turning translucent. He was a translucent man, but apparently he was turning to like crystal or something. I don't.
Turning into a water balloon.
He was definitely dying, in a very interesting way. And then Olivia went to Iraq to get Peter Bishop, a.k.a. Charlie Conway, a.k.a. Pacey, a.k.a. Joshua Jackson, so that he could come back and get his dad, Walter, out of this like insane asylum, essentially, that he was in.
Yeah, they need like a next of kin to do it.
Yeah. They had some just random plot device to get Joshua Jackson in the show. And then
and he's some sort of like savant, but like a wild card. Like he's a high school dropout, but he's got an IQ of 190.
Yeah. He's not like a regular smart kid. He's a cool smart kid.
Yeah.
And so so they get his dad out, and obviously there's some like strife between him and his dad. And then they set up his old laboratory underneath Harvard,
like you
as he demanded.
Yeah, like you do. And then what did he pumped Olivia full of LSD, and then she got to talk to the coma boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
put her in a sensory deprivation tank and
Yeah, I love how he sold that to her, where he was like, we can have you guys like talk, but we're gonna like put you in this tank naked and pump you full of drugs. And she's like, yeah.
Do
Like,
that.
you're like, yes, person I just took out of an insane asylum. I trust you. Let's do
Well, I mean,
this.
Walter
Great
was
idea.
kind of funny. Walter was kind of funny in that scenario because he was like, I mean, well, we can figure this out, but it's a bad idea, but I can do it. And then like Peter, his son, was like, no, my dad's an insane person. You're going to die. And she's like, no, I'll do it. And he was like, I mean, I don't think this is a good idea. Like neither one of them were like, this is a great idea. But
Sure.
but like Walter was like, I'll do it. That's cool. This is fun.
Yeah, he's having a great time. He's having ginger ale for the first time in a long time.
Drinking his ginger ale, and then he's like, all right, let's go make some LSD. Let's go cook some meth.
I mean, I feel like Walter,
Just kinda
when he
fun Breaking Bad.
right, yeah,
Isn't
I
that
feel like
guy's
when
name
Walter
Walter?
talked, yeah,
Yeah.
Walter White, different character, Jimmy, not the same universe. It's not old
Seems
Walter
similar.
White. But like every time Walter talked, so like I mean, every once in a while he would be like, oh yeah, we can talk. You can talk to dead people as long as they've been dead for within 6 hours, or like telepathy and
Totally.
like flying and like I don't know, dimensions. I don't know what they said with everything, but every time he like said something really weird, you're like, well, let's note that for something I'm probably going to see at some point in this show.
Right.
What was the other part? So then she talked to John in the coma. They got that guy's like face and the stuff they needed, and then they went to arrest the convenient twin brother.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because she found the guy's face and then found out, oh, that guy was on the plane. Which is, as much as we know of that guy as the viewer, where we saw this guy on the plane, and then later we saw him at the storage facility, and we're like, how did this guy survive? And then
Right.
it's revealed that it's actually his twin brother.
Right. Not
Who
sci-fi at all.
Yeah, who
Normal
used to
thing
work.
that happens.
The brother used to work for this like bioweapons manufacturer or whatever.
Massive Dynamic. Like that doesn't even sound like a good person company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad guy company. And we
Sounds
learned
like
about them early when Walter name drops this guy in front of Peter, and Peter's like, your old partner is the head of this like multi-billion-dollar company, and you are in an insane asylum. Great. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
I mean, and in somewhere in this region of the show, Olivia goes and talks to the lady at Massive Dynamic. I think her name was Nina Sharp.
It's coming up here.
Oh, okay, we're not there yet.
We're not there
Should
yet.
I wait?
Slow your roll.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
I'm so sorry.
basically, Olivia uses Peter to get to Walter, and then Walter uses Olivia to get him out of the mental hospital via Peter. It's just kind of a circle, and then it's just like the plot of the first X-Men movie where the senator who hates mutants gets turned into a puddle, basically. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
That's exactly what this guy, Agent Scott, looked like for half of this show. More than half of this show. Like Senator Kelly, I believe is his name.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anything else there?
I don't think so.
Move on to the last part here. So then Dunham, like Josh was saying, Dunham goes to Massive Dynamic headquarters and meets with executive director Nina Sharp, who agrees to give her all the information on Stieg. The suspect is arrested and initially refuses to provide a list of the ingredients present in the toxin, but Peter's threat of exposing him to the chemicals causes him to reveal the ingredients. The information provides a cure for Scott. The suspect reveals that he did not sell his chemicals, but was forced into what he did by someone from Dunham's office. The suspect leads Dunham to a buried tape recording of his phone conversations about the chemicals and the attack, where Dunham realizes that Scott was involved with the attack from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
While she races back to the hospital, while she races back to the hospital, Scott awakens and kills the suspect. He is chased by Dunham, but crashes his car and is mortally wounded. Before he dies, Scott asks Dunham why Broyles would send her to investigate the storage units in the first place. Dunham convinces the bishops. Dunham convinces the bishops to stay and right, Walter.
It's the father's son. Yeah.
Not like a clergy.
I say, did you all of a sudden think this is a religious show?
Right. Dunham convinces the bishops to stay and help her with her new work, which Broyles describes as a task force to investigate events related to the pattern. Elsewhere, Scott's dead body is brought to a massive dynamic high-tech lab where Sharp orders that Scott be interrogated since he has only been dead for 5 hours.
Oh, snap. Massive Dynamics, totally a good guy company. Not a bad guy, evil, super genius company at all.
Wait, you got good guy out of that?
No, absolutely not. I was kidding. Yeah, I think, I don't know about William Bell by any means, but I do remember that, like, basically Olivia goes and, like, talks to Nina Sharp a bunch. So that becomes like a Clark Kent, Lex Luthor scenario for a while, you know?
Okay. I could see that.
And then, yeah, obviously they end up healing John, the love / partner person. Mm-hmm. And then he just immediately murders the Stieg guy who like got him. So he just becomes a bad guy like right away.
That was fun. I liked that. It was a fun twist for me.
I thought it was pretty good because obviously you were like, oh, he's going to die, and then he explodes. Mm-hmm. And then they actually managed to save him. And you're like, oh, look at that. And maybe he will be like, that they saved him?
I hated that I saved them. And then
don't worry.
Then they turned it right around. He's a bad guy. I was like, okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they immediately killed him again. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I like that as well. I guess I'm not like, the only thing that like is kind of hard for me to swallow or like for believability's sake is that like Peter would really want to like stick around and like hang out with his estranged father that's been like locked away for 17 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can
that's
understand
the only
that
thing out of all of this.
I mean, well, that part, the part that's based in sort of reality.
Okay, sure. That's fair.
It just I mean, obviously, I feel like any human would be kind of sympathetic of somebody else getting like recommitted when you think, and that would suck.
Back in. I mean, just to be devil's advocate, so like they set up Peter as like he's on the run from something, and Olivia, she like under false pretenses like tells him, there's this like file and we can like basically blackmails him into coming, and then she comes clean later and says, okay, there is no file, but I know that you're in trouble. And so he's not going back to anything cool somewhere,
Right.
He's got nowhere and then at the end he's like, I just had like a 5-minute conversation with my dad where he wasn't an insane person. That's kind of cool. So they give him a little bit of reason to be wrong.
I guess that's true. And I mean, I suppose they'll probably use his like reluctance as plot devices later on where he's like, I should have left. I'm going to leave, Oh,
for sure. He's a brooding, angsty guy.
Put my dad back. I just want to go play hockey for the Ducks again.
Quack, quack.
Joe, what did you think about John getting healed and then immediately becoming bad and getting killed?
Yeah, it's interesting because it was already pretty close to the end of the episode. I feel like that was after the last commercial break that all of that happened.
Yeah.
that I thought we were just like wrapping up, and then all of a sudden we've got like one more chase scene and a new bad guy.
Throwing twists.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I dislike that so much as just I was just surprised by it. Like, it was already a long episode with a lot of twists and turns. I thought that the plot had been wrapped up and we were just going to, give you kind of the next time, which I guess they still did, but with the added plus of, oh yeah, and this guy's gonna heel turn. It's interesting.
Love it.
Bold.
I don't know if that
Very
maybe that guy was in
Abrams.
it. Maybe that guy was expensive and they can only afford him for one episode. So they
That guy? They could have got anyone to play that guy. I mean, he just looks like everyone. He's kind of There's a
Yeah.
guy like that. There's just a white stone-faced dude like that in every show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially like, and it could have like gone on the set of any procedural and found that guy
Right.
as like an extra.
That's probably where they got him.
Yeah, it might have been where they got him. A couple things that I was wondering about. Well, one is my like looking back at like 2008, seeing town every time they went to a different town and they had that like floating large text everywhere that to me looked terrible and was dumb. I was like, "Oh, you guys found
hard
like
to read."
you guys found a cool new text that you could float in the middle. Like this is like fun." I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like that was like the pinnacle of like transitional text or something.
Yeah, it felt like a thing that, like they thought maybe made it look prestige, but it really just kind of looked cheap. Maybe that's 2021 looking back, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be. But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it looked a little worse than it probably was meant to be.
It's no big white block letters over the entire screen like in Control.
yeah, that's great.
So that's the thing is though, it's like you can't go wrong with something like that. Like it's pretty like bland and it's just boom and you're like, cool, I can read. They're in Massachusetts. Cool. You know? You don't have to like fight the street sign scenery to read the cool 3D like diagonal text for some reason.
Right.
The other thing is, which I actually did like, and I'm wondering if you guys liked it and noticed some of the things, is those like little like kind of like X-ray pictures, or I guess that they had kind of in
Right before
transition.
commercials.
And like I don't know if did you pay attention to those at all?
There's like an apple, I think a butterfly or something.
Yeah, but did you know like the apple, like where the seeds are, where the apple was like two little babies.
Two little babies.
Yeah, it was like
Growing
little
babies?
baby. It was as if it was like two babies growing in an apple core.
Oh,
And then I think the leaf had like a triangle in it, almost like Illuminati.
I noticed
a
the
hand-
leaf because then at the end in the massive dynamic place it was a leaf on the door.
Yeah.
There's a handprint with 6 fingers. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So those are all kind of fun, and I guess I don't even know. They might. I mean, because obviously the leaf one was in massive dynamic, so I'm sure that maybe relates to plot somehow. But it's just kind of like little Easter eggs throughout the
That's
show
fun.
that are fun.
That is fun. You can count on J.J. Abrams to do quirky little things like that. Apparently, this is one of the most expensive pilots in television history, according to Wikipedia. $10 million.
Seems like a lot for a TV show.
A lot of effects. Yeah,
It's all
especially
that.
a pilot.
It was all that text for the towns. Cost a lot of money.
A lot of graphic design.
They actually put those in the city. That's why it was so expensive. Those are real 3D letters. I did say look out for X-Files Easter eggs, and I realized that in this episode at least I didn't catch any, because the one I was thinking of that I thought was the pilot was actually season 2 episode 1. In that episode, there's two different things that happen that I'll just tell you guys because I think they're fun. Is they're chasing somebody like through a house or something like that, and there's a TV on, and the TV is like the first episode of the X-Files where like the light comes down and the person gets like abducted or whatever.
Nice.
So it's there. Somebody in this dark place is watching X-Files, and then Broyles at some point tells like Olivia that there used to be an X division of the FBI, but it like got shut down like a little ways back or something like that.
Fun.
So they do a little nod towards the X-Files, but that's about it.
Nice.
But that's season 2, episode 1 apparently. Not
This definitely clearly is influenced.
Yes,
by
very
the
much so.
files.
Very much so.
Nice.
Before we get into predictions, just I guess I want to know what you guys think about how was this as a pilot? Did it do well? Do you want to keep watching it?
I almost kind of feel like it was a little much. And maybe that's like kind of picky, but like a little much in terms of, for a lot of it, we're tracing down this one plot point of there was some sort of chemical attack on a plane, and we're trying to figure out what that was. And we narrow it down to this one guy who used to work for this like mysterious company, and like there's things going on there. But then like within the last 5 minutes, it all kind of blows up where there's a double agent. And then the Boyles guy says something to Agent Dunham, our protagonist, about like, hey, I'm going to need you to like chase down these other phenomena that we're calling the pattern. And there's a whole world of crazy shit out there. That it just kind of, it blew my mind a little bit of like, it made me kind of feel like I don't really know what to expect in the next episode, which is, I feel like they're trying to go for like, hey, like you never know what's going to happen. There's like a whole world out here. But I looked at it as in like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what to pull from this that's going to pull me to the next episode.
Yeah, Broyles' examples were like weird about what he wanted, because he was like, there's like 46 kids that like disappeared and then all came back and were all the same age. Some like sonic plane that like caused a tsunami that killed like 90,000 people. And he said something else.
Yeah.
And then he was like something the pattern, which was like, the buzzword that Nina said to her earlier.
I feel like the things that worked for me are like, I feel like Joshua Jackson is like probably the best performance in this episode, of just like, he seems very confident in his kind of like wily smart guy, but with kind of a baby face character. The main protagonist of Olivia is a little bit too cold to really know what's going on there, but maybe that gets developed. So I feel like if you're along to hang out with Joshua Jackson and look into some weird stuff, people's faces melting off, then yeah, mission accomplished.
I actually also liked Walter and Peter. I thought their dynamic got like kind of grew as the episode went on to be kind of fun, where it's like no, Walter, you're insane. Like, I get it though, but like you're great, like, because I'm also really smart, but also you need to think about this angle. And then all of a sudden Peter would be on board. Peter Jackson. But yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. Like, I don't think this needed to be like a 2-hour long thing. It almost felt like this was a whole big setup to what a pilot, like, this is not now what you really think of in a pilot. It almost seems like now this next episode will set up what the show's going to be about, because they're going to like enter into this new division or whatever, and we're going to see this new world. This was like the prequel. Interesting.
Yeah, kind of setting the ground.
Almost like this is almost episode 0 in a way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Also, do you guys think you agreed that you both were right with Olivia being Mulder and Peter being Scully?
Kind
in
of
a way.
I'd say so. I mean, of the two, Olivia was totally on board, and Peter would be like, "Nah, you can't do that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think he was like quote unquote like, like skeptical of what was going on per se. He was just like, this is insane because you're gonna kill yourself doing this
it's just
stuff.
a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was skeptic in the way of like he's not like
It's not on
pro
board.
his crazy dad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do predictions. Let's do those.
Let's do it.
Here, I'm going to do mine first, and that's just because I've seen the last episode. I have absolutely no idea what happens. I feel like in my mind things are bonkers, but that's really all I can think. I can slightly remember. So what I did was I just wrote 4 things that would relate to some sort of potential, like maybe sci-fi or like, odd occurrence things. So I'm just going to say maybe we'll see 1 to 4 of these things in the last episode. Number 1, time travel, because it's J.J. Abrams and he does that. 2, Terminator-like robots.
Ooh. Okay.
3, laser guns.
Into it.
And number 4, because they talked about it, reanimated corpses.
Cool.
Plural.
I wrote corpse. So, if there's 1, I'm taking the point.
All right, fine.
I can go. I think that they come back to, people melting. I think we get to see someone melt again.
Nice.
I think that Olivia has become the director of whatever department she's in charge of.
X-Files.
Boyles keeps referring to as her job title her as a liaison. So I think
Oh, right.
she's now going to be called director.
Nice.
I think Peter at the end of this episode like leaves to go kind of be a nomad again and just wander the globe. And then my last one is aliens, baby.
Nice.
Ooh.
That makes me so happy.
Aliens.
Because I also have aliens. I wrote, I think they at least make a reference to meeting an alien at some point.
All right.
Then I have, one thing I didn't mention is that somewhere in like the middle of this pilot episode, Peter starts making eyes at Olivia. Octavia? What's her name? Olivia.
Olivia.
Olivia Newton-John. I wrote down Octavia. I realized. I don't know why. Okay. So I have Olivia and Peter sitting in a tree. This is my number 1.
What are they doing? What ing are they doing?
Banging in a tree. No, I think they're together. Is
Okay.
what I meant by that. The number 2, I think Walter dies. I'm hoping in a blaze of glory somehow. I hope he sacrifices himself in some cool way that he has to die. But Walter dies, and then I have basically number 3 or number 4, I guess, is because Walter dies, Peter is taking up the Dr. Bishop mantle. Probably with an honorary degree from somewhere because he didn't
isn't like the
graduate
next
high school.
It's not like the next Iron Man or anything. You just
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, let's watch the finale then. There was 2 episodes on the last day that it was aired on January 18th, 2013, but they were 2 standalone episodes. The first one was called Liberty. That's not the one we're going to watch. We are watching the finale, episode 100, called An Enemy of Fate. So we're going to get to that one, and we'll be back after that. And we're back. We're done with the finale of Fringe, which is called An Enemy of Fate. Jimmy, can you tell us what we just watched?
I can tell you what the write-up says.
Okay.
Via Claudio from Brazil on IMDb. September asks December. So right off the bat, things are weird.
I think all those like white guys with no hair were just
They're
named
just
after
months.
months.
Yeah, there's 12 of
And
them.
they're, like, from
so
the
of course
future,
they're just
right?
months. They're
Something like that.
yeah. Well, we'll get there. So September asks December to bring an initiating reactor to complete the time machine. That's the first sentence. So off the rails. Then he meets Walter, Peter, Olivia, and Astrid and explains how the device works. We never talked about Astrid. She was introduced herself in the pilot as Olivia's like assistant and had some stuff to do in the lab. So then Peter finds a farewell videotape from Walter addressed to him. And then Olivia and Astrid go to December's apartment to find the initiating reactor, but they find him hanged and the part taken by the observers. Astrid suggests to use an observer shipping lane instead. Olivia and Peter go to the observer's headquarters and use chemical gas to retrieve a control cube to use the shipping lane. They also rescue Broyles, that was interrogated by Windmark, who is another one of these observers. So I guess they're not all months. Now they start to set in motion the plan to defeat the observers. So a lot of weird stuff happened.
Also, the observers, or maybe it wasn't them, but when they went into the like place to save Broyles and apparently get a cube or something, like they all had like these little snake squid octopus things that came out of them, as if they were all for lack of a better way to say it, to be extremely nerdy, they were all like a lot of, what was that Dax lady from like Deep Space Nine, who was like a worm that lived in people?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Nope.
You following me, Joe?
I don't know if... So, there was a bunch of different things going on there. So, it says, like, in the continuity section of the wiki for this episode, it talks about things they used against the observers, including nematode worms, radioactive isotopes, parasitic cold slug, anti-gravity osmium bullets, which is the like bullets they shoot the people and then they float, and then a hallucinogenic drug that simulates deadly butterflies and skin growth toxins. So all these things that we like saw them like fighting with, like the observers dealing with, apparently are things from the show's first 3 seasons. And so they're showing that even though the timeline is like changing, or like Peter is like erased, that they still occur in this timeline. I don't know. We're all over the place, man.
Yeah, it was this is a rough one to jump into. And then like Peter and Olivia were they married? Because Peter was wearing a wedding ring and they definitely smooched. And then like later on, the very end, they were like in a field with a child, which seemed almost like a different time. It seemed unconnected,
Yeah, like
linearly.
Almost like a different timeline.
Linearly. Can't say the word. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. At least that seemed like what they were going for.
Right.
So lots of timeness. Timey-wimey. It says the Fringe wiki, fandom says observers were evolved humans from one possible future of mankind. In an attempt to study their evolution, they used their time period's technology to go back in time.
I mean, they were like teleporting all over the place. I was like, what's going on here? I've seen this show. I have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, they had all kinds of future tech.
I did not get that there was time travel involved in this per se. Like I kind of picked up that like the observer people were potentially like maybe from the future, but when they were like opening a portal at the end or whatever, and Walter and that kid,
Yeah, Michael,
like went through it. I did not. They were time traveling. I didn't get that. At least I didn't know that's what they were doing.
Yeah, so in the lab, there's this whole thing, and the what is this called? The little like plot
Fringe
synopsis kind of glossed over it, but there's this like amber, like honeycomb looking thing that somehow they're like shooting some sort of ray gun into it to like I don't understand what it is.
Yeah,
it's
like
like a
melting
time
stuff
capsule
away
or
in there.
something. And yeah, and finding trinkets and cows. And one of the things is a like needle, and Walter's like, I don't know what that is. And then after Peter finds the tape, then they sit down and watch it together, and it's like this tape from the future of Walter, like the near future because he's wearing the same clothes, saying that he like explaining how he has to leave with Michael to go into the future. And then he's like, just kidding, I knew what that syringe was. It was like some sort of inoculation so that I can go through this time portal with Michael, and I'm going to leave forever. Peace. And then September later is like, no, just kidding, I'm going to go. But then he gets killed at the end. I think I blinked and he was dead.
He died like he kind of like there was well, they were just like running down the road in the middle of the road while people were like shooting guns, and then he got like shot, fell over, and like died basically immediately. And then everybody else, right where he died, just kind of like hung out there for a really long time. Like I was like, aren't people still shooting guns around you? Why are you still just here? Like there was no urgency after that one guy got killed for like Walter to grab the kid and go through the wormhole or whatever, or for Peter to like get out of. He was standing in the middle of the road too. It was just that part seemed weird to me, just because I was like, I get it, you're trying to make this guy's death and all this like be important, but like as a viewer, I understand what's happening around them, and they should be like hiding from bullets.
Classic Abrams.
Joe, did you love this?
You know what? Like,
did you love it so much?
This tends to happen a lot with sci-fi or fantasy shows that we watch, where you're thrown into the end and you're just like, what? And this was,
right,
kind of one of those. So a lot of confusion of what's going on. But I think the thing that I noticed that is a little bit different from other like sci-fi shows that we watch is that it seemed a lot more like sentimental than most finales, I guess, that we've seen of this type of genre. There's just like a lot of time spent on the Peter Walter relationship, and with like the time travel stuff of how Walter is going to like go back through the wormhole or whatever, and he's like not going to be around, and this time that they had together was like stolen. And then like there's like again like something sentimental that happened at the end that I didn't understand.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I felt like almost like a lot of the beginning of the episode was kind of setting up a lot of the sentimental stuff. There wasn't much like gunfire and action till
Yeah.
the later.
It's just
the
interesting
later
because like
fourth, almost,
from the
you know?
pilot, I can see that like things are gonna get wild in terms of the sci-fi and dimensions and timelines. I like, yeah, could totally see that coming, but I just didn't see that like, that so much of like the inter-character relationship stuff would play a big part in the finale for a show like this, I guess.
Yeah. In this episode, we lost all of the like sort of like lab, like CSI medical drama. Like even though it was sci-fi in the pilot, we like lost a lot of that, I feel like, and then all of a sudden we had just a battle, just like a sci-fi. I was really hoping those guys were aliens because they were talking like they were aliens, but they were just from the future.
Yeah, it's probably hard to keep that almost like procedural type scenario because I mean this show obviously had kind of took on the monster of the week mantle that like X-Files left behind.
It's hard. Those are like the procedures are like the longest shows of all time. Grey's is still on.
Yeah, but this show was trying to have a little bit more substance, I think, than like say NCIS
Like more of an
or something
overall
like
arc.
that, it goes. Yeah, there was an actual plot and arc to it, but they obviously then got to pepper in some sort of monster or like phenomenon of the week with this type of show because they could have like a levitating man one episode and then they can explain why this is like science and not an X-File, basically. But then when you get rid of that, then you just have plot and they can't be in the lab doing fun things all the time, especially near the end. They just kind of gotta.
Well, not in a J.J. Abrams show. I think there needs to be a new word. Like arc doesn't really do it justice for J.J. Abrams because like it's like a lightning bolt. Like I don't know because like how does he go in to pitch a show? Like here's the pilot. But it's going to be a whole different thing by the end. Totally different show.
I mean, I bet he goes, all right, here's the deal. So it's light X-Files, but instead of like monsters, science can explain it. All right, cool, JJ. Cool.
Here's $10 million.
Where's it going to go from there? Well,
no one knows.
I think there might be like time travel. And that's what he says every time. Yeah. And they go, okay. Do you have a plan how to end it? Well, that's like 5 years from now. I'll figure it out. Come on. I figured out
totally
Lost. I figured out Felicity. It'll be fine. And everyone goes, yeah, okay, JJ, for sure. And then there's one intern going like, dog, you guys realize he doesn't know how to finish shows. Like he doesn't.
This is going to get real weird.
He starts them and quits before they're over. Like he knows this isn't his problem. I like honestly like what J.J. Abrams show is he like still essentially around at the end still?
Yeah.
Like
I guess I did read in the wiki for this episode that he like hadn't like it was a interview that he hadn't seen the final cut yet, but he'd like read the script and he believed it was going to be unbelievable.
My gosh, could you imagine like reading a script and just being like, oh man,
this
was unbelievable.
I haven't checked the source, but it says that the filming took place in early December of 2012, and in a January interview he hadn't seen the finale, but he thought the script was
I'll get
great.
to it.
I mean, this episode came out January 18th of that year.
It was probably days before it came out.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Obviously, yeah, it's like the show started one way, ends another way. You know J.J. Abrams. I guess if you've watched a J. Abrams, you should be prepared by it by this time, you know? If that guy ever comes out with another TV show, I'm watching every single one week to week. And I'm going to be completely part of the zeitgeist to just fully experience the nuts that a J. Abrams show can be.
That might be the only way to do it.
I've never done it like that. I watched Lost after it was completely done, and everyone was pissed. You know, I watched this show after it was completely done. I'm never watching Felicity. That can die in a hole forever. What other shows did he do? Anything? You can't.
That's
I can't
it.
think of anything else.
I feel like
That's
we've done more of his shows.
Yeah, right. I'm sure there's more. I just can't. I can't place them right now. Joe, you gonna watch the show?
You know, there's potential there. Just because the topic of just like there's a bureau investigating weird stuff is always an interesting premise. And that, yeah, I'm kind of into that. It ends in time travel.
Yeah, I also think, especially the first couple seasons, like 1 through 3, are more of like, you know, there's a background overarching like kind of, you know, storyline that's kind of pressing through the seasons, but at the same time, you know, one weekend there's a werewolf, but really it's a guy that put a serum in his body, and then you know, 2 weeks later there's a transforming car that is a panther or something, but that's because of evolution or some bullshit. But it gets interesting like that, you know. Those are terrible examples. No one would watch either one of those episodes, I don't think, but I'm sure whatever episodes they came up with were actually entertaining. I remember them being entertaining, at least. I just don't know what they were. Jimmy, what do you think? You got the J-Abrams bug?
I feel like everything about these shows that we've watched, except for Felicity, from what I could tell, like, are things that I normally would be super into. Like, I love sci-fi stuff, but I want to love J.J. Abrams shows, but they get so far away from, like, I don't know, it makes me nervous. Like, Lost is like a totally different thing by the end. I don't know. I do feel I'm with you that I think if I watched it like week to week, like I feel like you'd be pretty sucked in. I think I would have rolled into episode 2 with little hesitation before watching this finale. But honestly, just looking at this like J.J. Abrams list, he's executive produced a lot of stuff, and he just recently did Lovecraft Country.
Oh, I've been watching that.
I think I'd rather just pop that on, see what that's about.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was executive professor of Westworld, not professor.
J.J. Abrams, executive professor of television.
He probably calls himself that. Also,
probably-
Castle Rock, isn't that Nathan Fillion?
No, Castle is Nathan Fillion.
Oh, sure, right.
I don't know what Castle Rock is, to be honest.
Some Hulu show. All right. Anyway,
Cool. I've watched all of it, so I can't answer this legitimately. I thought it was good enough to watch all of it. Predictions. I guess I went first, so I can go first again. Well, I guess number 1, I said time travel, so I suppose I was right there.
that's true. That is true.
Terminator like robots? No, they were just people.
Yeah.
I said laser guns. They were like shooting like little pellet gun pew pews like for a thing, and for 1 second I was like, oh, was that a laser? And I'm like, nah, it wasn't. It's kind of a bummer.
I don't really know.
I wouldn't consider whatever they shot laser guns. They almost seemed they weren't laser guns. And then reanimated corpse or corpses, and I didn't see that either. But I'll take my 1 point.
I don't think I got anything. I had someone melts. I had Olivia as the director, which it seems like her role is kind of diminished. Actually, I thought she was gonna kind of be like the core lead, but it seems kind of.
I mean, it kind of seems like she still works for
more
Broyles,
of an ensemble.
you know?
I had that Peter leaves to wander the globe, and no, he's kind of settled by the end. And aliens, and I don't think we had aliens. So
those are just
So
future
no
people,
points.
apparently.
Yeah, they kept saying things like, when we came here, and I was like, you're totally from outer space. But no, time. I had also aliens, so no aliens. I had Olivia and Peter sitting in a tree, and that seems to be true.
That's definitely true.
They have a daughter. And then I thought Walter was going to die. He didn't die. He just walked off into the future, I guess. Although then we got in the final scene a letter from him somehow to Peter with a picture of a tulip that Peter looks like this is some sort of clue mystery adventure thing that I'm going to do now. So maybe Walter's around.
He just mailed it like the day before he went into the portal.
You'll know what this means. And then I had that Peter would take up the whatever crazy old kook science guy role that Walter had, but inconclusive. Probably not. So I got 1.
Yeah, I don't know what maybe their jobs were after that, but it almost seemed like they were like implied that they were like happily retired or something, or something.
Yeah.
For at least from a sci-fi FBI-in.
It was very interesting to me that the whole crew was in this episode.
Yeah,
Broyles
everyone
was
from the first
there.
episode.
Astrid was there.
We didn't see Charlie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Charlie.
Yeah, we didn't see Charlie.
Dead or gone.
But besides that, everyone that was like a good guy character from the beginning episode was there. You're right. Even the cow.
That was the bookend. The cow.
Yeah, even the cow was there. Okay, all right. Well, that's Fringe, everybody. Thank you for listening. If you would like to send us show suggestions or just tell us what you think of us, you can at F&L Podcast on the Twitter or on the Gmails. Those are the contact things to get in contact with us. If you're on a listening device, that's an app where you listen to podcast, rate us a rate. Give us a star or 5. That would be much appreciated. And that's kind of it. We'll see you next week on another First and Last. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
I hope I see a knuckle puck.